But I have a copy here of the sacred letter, and this is in Tibetan, so I will read this. Emma Ho Rangrigni Kuntude.
Emma Ho. Self-awareness is always bliss. The Dharma Dhatu has no center nor edge. From here to the north, in the east of the land of snow, is a country where divine thunder spontaneously blazes, in a good nomad's place with the sign of a cow. Method is Dundup, and wisdom is Lolaga. Born in the year of the one used for the earth, with the miraculous far-reaching sound of the White One. This is the one known as Karmapa. He is sustained by Lord Drupa. Being non-sectarian, he pervades all directions. Not staying close to some and distant from others, he is the protector of all beings.
When I discovered this, I was very pleased. And actually it was a tremendous relief. This is exactly the blessing and also inspiration of highest aspect, which we have been waiting, and we are finally blessed by it. So I was very, very happy.
This letter was interpreted by Gyaltsap on the left, Jamgon, Situ, and Shamar on the right working together. They all came to a unanimous conclusion, which Gyaltsap reads to us.
From here to the north, in the east of the land of snow, we interpret here as Rumtek, where Karmapa wrote the letter. And in the east of the land of snow means we have to look for him in eastern Tibet, because land of snow is the Tibetan name for Tibet. Where divine thunder spontaneously blazes indicates a district in eastern Tibet. La means divine, and Tok means thunder. There is only one community in eastern Tibet named La Tok. The letter describes the area more precisely as a good nomad place with the sign of a cow. Good means a fertile, beautiful nomadic area. This area must have a name which includes the syllable kor, meaning cow. The next line, method is Dundup and wisdom is Lolaga, predicts the names of the parents. It refers to the Buddhist symbolism. The sun symbolizes the masculine principle, method, and the moon symbolizes the female principle, wisdom. Therefore, the father must be named Dundup and the mother Lolaga. Born in the year of the one used for the earth, prophesies the year of his birth. During the relevant period in the Tibetan calendar, there is, in addition to the snake, dragon, hare, and tiger, only one animal sign used for the earth, the ox, 1985. The words, the miraculous far-reaching sound of the White One, refer to the white conch shell used in Tibetan religious music, which is always called the White One. Sustained by Lord Drupa refers to Situ, whose Buddhist name of honor is Drupa. In his previous life, Situ had identified the last Karmapa and was chosen to exercise this function once again. With respect, so much for the moment.
Jamgon, the third of Karmapa's interim regents.
What do you personally think of the letter?
Very precise.
Do you think the information which the letter contains and how you interpreted it will enable you to find the reincarnation of Karmapa?
Yeah, you could say that. Yes, it is very clear and very precise. And that's why we're all very confident about finding of his holiness, or in, yes.
Jamgon has been chosen by his three colleagues, Shama, Situ, and Gyaltsap, to travel to Tibet and secretly direct the search for Karmapa.
At dawn on a spring day in 1992, 1 month after Situ had presented the letter, Jamgon set out on his journey from India to Tibet. He had booked a flight for later that day. It is the first time his driver has been behind the wheel of a fast modern car. This is the place where the accident happened. Jamgon, his driver, and another monk were killed.
At Jamgon's funeral, Shama is not present. Suddenly, after 3 months, he questions the authenticity of the letter. Now Gyaltsap and Situ are alone, carrying the whole responsibility of finding the new Karmapa. Because of visa problems, they send a copy of the letter together with their interpretation to Tsurpo Monastery in Tibet.
Tsurpo has been the seat of all Karmapas for 800 years. Drupon Dechen, the abbot of the monastery, gives Tomo the task of leading the search with the letter as guide.
Take Ashang Ledro with you and travel to Kham in eastern Tibet, and then follow the directions in the letter. The reincarnation of Karmapa is something so unique. It's like an offering cup made of a pure blue Benshuya jewel. Hopefully, after 12 years of waiting, all our wishes are going to be fulfilled. The letter brings a blessing.
For Tomo, it is the greatest task of his life.
Only a handful of people know his mission, because indications and conditions could be manipulated, and the search could therefore fail. As discreetly as possible, Tomo sets off on his long journey, together with his companions, the 70-year-old Ashang Ledro with a white hat, Titi, his attendant, the driver, and Pato.
No one in Tibet is allowed to travel without official permission. Therefore, Pato, in the black coat, a government officer, accompanies them. More than 1,000 miles to Latok, eastern Tibet, and several military checkpoints have to be passed.
Patula will simply say that you're on an official inspection trip and that you were kind enough to take us along. Tomala, we won't tell anyone what we're looking for. We'll pretend to be pilgrims.
The job they have to do is very risky because searching for a reincarnation is condemned as a superstitious activity by the Chinese and severely punished. Therefore, they have to keep the reason for their journey strictly secret, and if they really find Karmapa, their hope is that Karmapa will protect them. Karmapa is not like an ordinary reincarnation. He's a living Buddha, and the Chinese would provoke an uprising in Tibet if they chose to condemn him, as they did up to now with many others.
For 30 years, the Tibetans had been strictly forbidden to practice their religion. In the meantime, however, very few selected monasteries have been given permission to rebuild.